Okay, so we're just getting started on the quiz, and in order to get there you go to activities, and the first quiz, as you can see, is listed there in red, and we're in class 2, so you click to go into class 2, and this is the link to the quiz right here, and you click inside that and it begins the quiz. You have a half an hour. If you have an official accommodation, you have up to 45 minutes to do the quiz. There are always 5 multiple choice questions, or they will be identifying some part of the operating system in the software. Once you begin the quiz, you can't go back. So begin the quiz, and the password has to be put in, and that's given out on a weekly basis. And you start the quiz. It's showing you the amount of time that you have in that quiz, and it's just telling you here that as soon as you move on to the next question, it'll save your response. So you can save the answers manually, but it should do it automatically for you. You can move forward in the quiz to other questions, but just make sure you don't click submit until you've completed the entire quiz. Where you've got things like this, where you've got to identify screen areas, it's really important to make sure that your browser is fully expanded. If you've got a small browser set up like this, it's going to throw off the screen coordinates. So when you've got to identify, make sure that your browser is nice and large. Otherwise, you're going to probably get a wrong answer if you click here and it's thrown off the screen coordinates. So once you've made your way through the quiz, notice it's auto-saved that, and you make your way from one question to the next. You can manually save your answers as well. And it keeps ticking them off. We move to the next question. And again, when you have anything that's identifying using an image, make sure you've got plenty of screen real estate either side. That way, when you click on it, now if you realize you've clicked on the wrong place, you'll notice that down here there's a clear button. So you can clear the screen coordinates off there and select the next thing. Hit clear, clears those coordinates, and then you can choose something else. Once you've selected it, move on to the next. This one's another identification one. You don't want to be zoomed in because that will throw off the screen coordinates. So zoomed out with lots of real estate either side, and then you click down to target what you wanted. Once all 5 questions have been answered, at the very end you have a save and submit button. The minute you click that, you're assessed. And it just gives you a warning here. Click OK to submit the assignment. It timestamps it. And then it says click OK to review your results. So I can click OK here, and it gives me a breakdown, and it shows me which questions I got right and which ones I got wrong, and it gives me an opportunity to redo that quiz if I wish. So I could go back in. It allows me a second attempt. Once I've exhausted all my attempts, this will no longer be available. but it takes both attempts and it averages them together. So for goodness sake, if you get 5 out of 5 on the first attempt, don't do a second one. It's not going to improve. In fact, it may impact you in a negative way.